Have you heard of the ghost pointing the road incident that shocked the whole of China? Man driving lost in the middle of the night, suddenly appeared a few strange people to give him directions. Do not want to follow the direction of the past, but almost lost his life. The story may be more bizarre than you can imagine. It is recommended that your friends to watch together. It happened in 2013 in Kangging City, Sichuan Province. Li Zongping had just finished pulling fire for a customer, and bought a small white rabbit in a pet store, ready to give to his son as a birthday present, and perhaps grow up to eat meat. Because it is not too far from home, so Li Zongping decided to rush back overnight, and the rabbit was put on the passenger side. Not been to Kangging may not know, where most of the mountain roads are built in the mountains. If people just come here, driving at night is still relatively dangerous, but for Li Zongping, such an old driver, simply do not too easy. But at this time, the front suddenly fog, visibility instantly dropped to a few meters. Li Zongping also had to slow down and carefully drive forward, but even so, he still unknowingly lost the way. Just when Li Zongping was at a loss, several people suddenly appeared in front of him, and were gathered together against him, and did not know what to say. Li Zongping saw the situation, and did not think much about it. Directly towards the nearest old man said, "Old man, this path how to go out ah?" But a series of shouted several times. The old man did not have any response in. Zongping thought that the old man some deaf. Get out of the car and patted him on the shoulder. Did not want this pat. That several people all turned back, face still full of smiles, but give a kind of indescribable weird. Although Li Zongping felt something wrong, but still hurriedly asked for directions. Who knows, the words just fell. 3 people pointed in unison in a direction. Seems to be particularly familiar with this place. Completely without thinking about such a bizarre scene, Li Zongping's heart also rose a trace of alarm, because listening to the older generation said, some years ago, there are also stop robbery in this neighborhood, specializing in such remote places to commit crimes. After driving past those people, Li Zongping hurriedly looked in the rearview mirror, and found that the people were still standing in place, and there was no other action. This let Li Zongping slightly relieved, and then slowly drove to the direction of those people pointed. This is a standard pan mountain. One side of the road is a mountain wall, the other side is a cliff. He drove on this small for 10 minutes, but also did not see a way out of the mouth. Just when Li Zongping felt a little strange, but the front suddenly fell a stone, followed by a larger stone fell. Seeing this scene, Li Zongping immediately thought of the landslide. He hastily put on the reverse gear to retreat. But the next second, the mountain suddenly came a loud bang. Li Zongping looked up, the heart on the spot was half cold, only to see that is a piece than the truck. Also big boulder is straight towards him. A few seconds later, the boulder hit the truck. Fortunately, the driver's seat, and the door formed a corner. He was not directly smashed, after using all the strength of the lucky climb out of it. But when he looked back, but was scared to death, only to see the other side of the passenger seat was directly smashed into a discus, and placed inside the white rabbit has also become mush. If the boulder was a little off, then Zongping would have been the same as the rabbit. Later he heard that the road has long been abandoned, but every year, there are car things into it, as if there is some kind of curse. And Li Zongping can survive, probably with that rabbit against the life it.